beat the brain.
Oh boy. Oh, we're already live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kirsty and Briony's Comfort Zone.
I am Kirsty.
And I am Briany. And for those who are viewing this as a visual experience, I just ran out in the rain and I'm very soggy. You at home listening will just have to imagine maybe you can hear the damp in my voice. Maybe
She's been sitting here wheezing. I'm like, are you okay? Are you good to go live? She's like, yeah.
So basically what happened was I was so ready to come in today and do this. And then I had like two books. I had the good book, the evil book, not the Bible.
The Bible.
But I had the good book, the bad book, and my tarot cards as well, like my dream cards.
I saw you had everything on the stair.
Yeah.
Well.
And then it
banister.
wasn't well. It was the stair,
wasn't well.
not well at all, because I forgot it. And then I suddenly thought, oh my gosh, I'm just going to have to run out. So I ran out.
Yeah. She left me in a recording room talking to Nilesy and Xylus. And
I burst into a bookshop, and I can tell you which bookshop because they asked me to do. They're like, you can shout it out.
Shout us out.
It was second page in the galleries. Thank you very much for putting up with me bursting into your shop and going, I need books on dreams. Have you got any books? Just bedraggled, rain-soaked, sweating, just like, dreams. I've got dreams.
It's nice.
So it's a good flyer.
It's a
Heckin' good flyer.
Quality flyer.
So these are never before seen books today. We've got the A to Z Dream Dictionary of Dreams. Be your own dream expert. So it's a good thing we bought this because otherwise someone might have got this and replaced us.
Oh, jeez, yeah. They'd
Ian
start a
Wallace.
podcast.
And
Well,
then
we saw this one. We've just been camping this weekend. We said we're not going to talk much about it because we did a podcast there, but spoilers. We saw this one in one of the shops.
We did.
We were like, oh, that's a good one. But you probably got it for cheaper.
maybe Humps. Well, how
second
much
page
does it?
bookshop.
Let's see how much. Over half price. that is.
Damn.
And then whilst I was there and I went into goblin mode and I decided to get this quite ominous looking book as well about dreams and omens. So I guess maybe this can be the replacement. This is the good one. This is the scary one today.
Yeah, let me have a peep at the scary one. Oh, it does look a bit scary, doesn't it? I was trying to find
Old book smell.
I was trying to find a year, but
Oh.
it's got an old cover, and it looks even older if you take the cover off.
I've bought a cursed book. Not in
a
the
book
usual
about me.
way. Yeah.
See, the price, it's 3 and 6.
Oh my god.
How old is that?
Blimey.
Pre-decimal.
I don't know. Oh my goodness. So for those who cannot see the book, it's called Dreams and Omens by James Ward. And it's just, it is ageless. It could be made in any time. It's from Fowsham's Library. That sounds a bit...
Pocket Library.
Oh my
also,
God.
you can also get 100 cocktails by Bernard in inverted commas. Bernard didn't want to use his real name.
Oh my
and put his
goodness.
name in inverted commas.
Okay, so if we, if this whole dream thing doesn't work out, we can always get 100 cocktails, homemade sweets,
Yeah.
homemade wines, how to talk correctly. I feel like I need
We need that.
one.
Yeah.
How to spell correctly by Professor Duncan. How to conduct meetings, public speaking, marriage etiquette.
Marriage
gosh.
etiquette, like...
It says the duties of all who organise, officiate, or attend at a wedding.
Oh, I see. It's not like once you're married.
Who shall propose the health of the bridesmaids? Who shall? Whom shall? The Universal Dream Book. Oh my god.
Wait, have we not got that?
No, we've got the Omens version. And then making and repairing radio sets. So all the good
I want to
books-
know who Bernard is.
Yeah, Bernard.
Bernard.
Marriage Etiquette and the Universal Dream Book don't even have authors.
Oh.
No one wanted to even put Bernard to those. The solution to those that puzzle you will be found in the pages of this book. Well, there you go. It's got a cat on the front.
Oh, that's nice. What omens are we talking about here?
I don't know. I'm guessing, is it
Like,
going to be kitty cats and
Does it have
ladders and all
four
of that?
words? 4
I
words.
hope it's got more than 4 words. I paid £6 for it.
Oh, is there a date? No.
Oh.
It is timeless. Timeless.
Oh. So, welcome to Pickaxe Week, everyone. This week is a showcase for podcasts, and we forgot to say what we do.
Oh, yeah.
Hi,
everyone. We're Comfort Zone Podcast, and we do a podcast
on
called Comfort Zone.
Dream interpretation. We listen to each other's dreams, and sometimes other people's dreams, some of whom have their own Pickaxe podcasts.
True.
That you'll be hearing throughout the week.
They often do.
And we just try and figure out what is wrong with us. And if you've been listening for this first 6 minutes, you've probably figured out it's a lot. There's a lot to unpack.
It's a lot of shit.
Which is how we've got to 111.
It talks about gods in here. Look.
Gods?
It's got Greek gods.
Oh my gosh. Story time. The Greeks believed firmly in dreams and omens, and although they grew to recognize that their gods and goddesses whom they worshipped no longer came down to earth from their heaven, they termed Olympus. Yet they did believe that their commands were issued to mortals through the mouthpieces of priests and priestesses at special temples called oracles, and that Zeus, the father of the gods, sent them by means of dreams in the care of his messengers. So there you go. We have actually just been sent messages from the gods.
Did he send you that one last night?
We do not speak of that one. We do not speak of that one. So anyway.
Well.
So
yeah.
I do have a dream to bring you that is outside of, again, the dream that shall not be mentioned. From Kirsty and I's time away together.
Yeah.
Of which there will be a vlog coming soon.
That's true. Yeah. So we've just been away. We've been camping.
We've spent like 48 hours together. So
in a
this
tent.
is the worst time for us to do.
We literally
should be separated
been away
right now.
Since Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And in tent. Woke up this morning, put that tent away, and then we were driving all the way here, got here, had a shower, came to the office.
Not together, for the record.
Had a shower together, into the office. It's pickaxe time, baby.
The only time we spent apart is when I ran away to get books and returned soggy. So you're looking resplendent as always, and I'm bedraggled, wheezing,
literally wheezing
out my lane, unmoisturized, not ready for this.
Oh my gosh.
It's fine when I look like this on a normal episode because we don't.
No one sees.
Yeah.
You look beautiful. I get to look at you for this episode.
Yeah. Let's just forget that they're there.
Yeah. Don't worry about chat. I just want to see variety. So we have been camping. We had some lovely dreams. You'll have to wait and hear about those.
Yeah.
We have some other dreams that we have brought to this here live episode for people to to enjoy.
I've not vetted mine at all, and I'm terrified.
Mine is small, and I've written it down, so I didn't have to vet it. It's fine.
Whereas I've gone full gamble. It will be a recording that I've not heard is going out live. Usually when I do recordings like this, it's fine because they're edited afterwards. That's true. Whereas this is anybody's guess, and hearing how last night went. Would you like to go first?
I'll go first, yeah.
And I'll look up your omens.
Right, I need to read it.
Okay. Story time with Kirsty.
Okay. When did I have this? The 9th. So it was a little while ago.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I went to Hemsby with someone. I don't know. And everything was closed. So Hemsby, for context, for people who might not know in chat, Hemsby is a seaside town in Norfolk. It's very sleepy. Half of it is being eroded away by the ocean right now, so there's not much left. Oh. But basically, we'd go there when we were kids and stay in a caravan or in a tent or in a chalet. And they had lots of amusement arcades, penny machines, so we'd go there and we'd spend our money and get little key rings and
knickknacks.
Yeah, and go go-karting. Like they had a little round go-kart track. Yarmouth, yeah.
Baby Park.
Yarmouth. We went to Yarmouth as well, but this specifically is Hemsby, the small village near Great Yarmouth. But yeah, so we went to Hemsby with someone, I assume someone in my family, I'm not sure. everything was closed. So we were walking along like the promenade, and it was like, oh, there used to be an arcade there, closed. There used to be an arcade there, closed. And all of them had been replaced by just crap markets and like phone shops. And you know when you go into a high street now and it's just vape shops and phone shops and old laptop repair and just crap like that. It was like that all the way up. I walked past one and I said to whoever I was with, God, this is so depressing. And the man that was inside was like, huh? And he tried to get me in to have a look at all the stuff he was selling. Like, it was just like a junk shop. He had like old clocks on the wall. He had like just bins full of key rings and lights and torches and crap. And yeah, he's trying to get me to go in. And I was like, nah, I don't know. I was like, I went to these amusements when I was a kid. They still had the old crap carpets in this shop. I was like, I came here when I was little. This is so sad. I don't want to come in. At least clear your crap out and like put something nice in it. So I kept going. Apparently I said to him, you could at least remove the old machines. He hadn't even taken them out. He just had the old penny machines in there and just set up shop. We kept going and we got to another amusement a bit further down, which had also been turned into a shop, and it was full of old junk. This one we decided to go into for some reason, and we went all the way to the back, where they had like a table almost sort of with plushies in it that we could pick from. And I was looking through all of them, and I found 4 Pikachu plushies. You people won't know until next week when our camping horn goes out, but I also had a dream about Pikachu things yesterday, didn't I?
Yeah.
So that's more Pikachu. So I'm constantly dreaming about. I'm very stereotypical, Kirsty. So there were 4 Pikachu plushies, 3 of which were backpacks. And there's a woman standing next to me, like looking over my shoulder. Like I think she was waiting to have her turn, looking through all the plushies. And I'm like, Pikachu
is for me.
Is for me. And I was like, oh, does she want one? And I was like, okay. And I got the smallest one. And I was like, there you go, you can have that one. And that was it. That was the dream.
Oh my gosh.
That was my dream. Yeah. What does it mean?
I mean, okay, unrelated to that, I was trying to look up toys in the book, and the first page I opened it to was R, and the first entry says rabbit, and it just says costly enjoyment. I'm like, yeah, if you look at my vet bills, it do be like that. So thank you for that.
Accurate.
Dreams and omens. But it didn't have anything for toys.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to have a look in the A to Z.
I wonder if...
Toss. Down.
Taffeta.
Is that like... Oh, toy. Okay. Ability to play around with some of my resources. Which in this case is my resources.
Oh.
So I can understand their greater importance rather than just amusing myself. So, what is the greater importance of Pikachu plushies?
I mean, they're pretty cute. They make me happy.
After toy, it has toy boy. And
Right.
then toy shop.
One of these is not like the others.
Yes. Toy shop says, situation where I can make some specific choices about how much I display my unique value to people instead of just amusing myself.
Oh.
So how much are the Pikachus for you and how much are they for other people?
Oh my god. That's such a philosophical question. Are they really for me? Or are they for everyone else? No, they're for me. They're for me. Thank God this book is also horny. I was worried.
I mean, do you want to know what Toy Boy means? If you had have had a dream
go
about a
then,
Toy Boy?
just in case. You know.
The wording of this book is so weird. It reminds me of like, Do you remember like old Facebook where it would just have your name and everyone
And then
would
you'd be like, is sleepy.
yeah,
Yep.
it's like that. It says, aspect of my character that allows me to play around with my strength and power so that I can confidently assert my talents. If you dream of having a toy boy,
Okay.
you're confident
Oh.
and powerful and talented.
Oh. I don't, so that's a shame.
I mean, my dream last night, how old is it? Sort of.
Well,
I'm sorry, we'll stop referring to it.
yeah,
We will stop.
no, because eventually you'll be like, well, chat, this is what happened. And then you'll regret it forever.
I will. It'll be clipped and shipped.
It will. You don't want to know, chat. You do not want to know.
I mean, I wonder if there's like seaside. So, did you say this was a place that you actually used to go to with your
Yeah.
your
We went there
family?
all the time. Did you ever go to Yarmouth when you were young?
No.
Great Yarmouth? No.
No, we went to Sandy Balls
Where is Sandy Balls? I've heard of Sandy Balls.
between Sandy Thighs. I don't actually know. I was too young to remember. You can please Google Sandy
I'll Google
Balls.
Sandy Balls. I'll let you know. I'll get back to you. Hang on.
Okay, I'll look. Oh my god, this book is so specific. It's got
Sandy
semi-skimmed
Balls.
milk in here.
Sandy Balls Holiday Village. It's in somewhere.
Sea bed, sea anemone, sealant.
Oh, it's where we've just come from.
Oh,
It's the edge of New Forest.
oh, we could have gone down to Sandy Balls.
We could have gone to Sandy Balls. I mean, it's not by the seaside though. This is the Sandy Balls Holiday Village.
Okay,
It
I'm
might
going
not be
to
your
look
Sandy
up-
Balls.
In my Sandy Balls. I'm gonna look up holiday just in case. Also, I mean, would you say you were on a holiday or were you?
I guess, like when we used to go, we would walk down this high street. Basically, the way it was, you had like the camping sites at the top. You'd walk down the high street, they'd have amusements on either side. You'd get to the bottom of the hill, there's a pub there, and then turn left, and then you're at the beach.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but in my dream, we were walking back up, so it was as if we'd come from the bottom, like the beach. And coming
Oh,
up.
okay.
But yeah.
It does have holiday. It says opportunity to make time for myself so I can really work on an issue that has great personal significance for me. So, I mean, I feel like you do need to make time for yourself. Because I guess this would have been around the time when you were...
This is when I had COVID.
Yeah. And I think, like, there's such a difference between, like, obviously, whilst you were sick, you had time off. But it's not time off, is it? Because
it was
just
time spent laying on the floor like, ugh.
Yeah, and then you feel like after you've been sick, you feel like you need proper time off because you need to actually like recuperate and relax. But then, like
Instead,
when
I went camping for
freelance-
2 days in the rain.
Did she put up with my shit for 2 days? So, and I guess like there is that thing of, you know, you get the streamer guilt of like, because you kept on saying like, I want to stream, I need to stream, and we would be like, you cannot talk, you cannot stream. I need to stream. Please let me stream. Hey gamers.
Hey, gamers.
Um,
It was during the Call of Duty. I think Black Ops 6 is the new one coming out. They had the free weekend when I got COVID, and I just 2 days on the trot. I went live. I was like, "Hello everyone, I'm here playing Call of Duty."
oh my god.
Just sitting there shooting.
See, I was like, when I saw that you, because you'd said that you weren't going to go live, I think, and then I saw that you had, and I was like, she's live, and she's playing COD. Like, what the heck? How ill is she? I wanted to, okay, I was curious because I looked at rabbit. I thought for balance I would also look up rats. And it says triumph over enemies. Sea anemones. It's triumph, but
Oh,
only
that's
if they're
nice that the rats are
white
good
rats,
in that
apparently.
book.
Mm.
Because usually they're just bad.
Yeah, just naughty little sneaky boys. Reptiles are apparently a subtle enemy.
They're sneaky.
Reaper, the simple life for you. I wonder what this book says about holidays. I'm sort of fascinated by the weird stuff. it doesn't have anything about holiday.
Vacation?
But it does have herbs, holly, horse.
Right.
Just all of the essential things that you need. What did you say? Oh, wait. What about sea?
Oh yeah. Or
What about to see the sea? What do you call me? Sea. How do you alphabet? See. A long but prosperous voyage. So there you go.
Going to the amusements is pretty prosperous. I would come back with so many key rings.
Oh yeah, does this book have gambling?
Ooh.
I mean, I don't know that I'm so curious. It just has like the weirdest things. And it is more of a prediction book than an interpretation book, same as the bad book that we have. Oh my gosh. Apparently if you dream of Cyprus, it denotes bad news for one who is dear to you. I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know why.
What's wrong with Cyprus?
I think it's the tree, not the place.
Oh, is it spelled Press?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a tree.
Blows, blood, boat or ship. Wait. What was your dream again? What will be in the book? Pikachu won't be in the book. I mean, for me, it just sounds as if you needed a bit of like you were ill and you just needed something nice.
A holiday would be good, yeah.
Yeah.
The problem is, Hemsby is like, I haven't been there in years because it was like family holidays when we were kids. T-Cozy in chat said everything is still open there, which is nice. But if you like look it up, the beach in Hemsby used to be massive, right?
Beach, that's what you said.
Beach, yeah. And they've been trying to protect it from erosion, but they're not doing a very good job,
longshore
really. I mean, it's hard to protect against the ocean.
Groins.
And it's getting to the point where the sea is so far up now.
Yeah.
Like, the houses that used to be, like, this far away from the ocean are now falling into the ocean.
Oh, geez.
So it will eventually get to the point where, like, the bottom of the high street will be underwater, and it's just slowly being eaten. So all of these like memories of having a nice time there, it's like, oh, but it's not going to be there in 20 years. It's like, oh god. Yeah, it's very sad.
There is no beach, just like in Hemsby.
Jesus Christ!
It's got
what about this
bath
one?
and bathing, beating, and
Oh.
bed, but no beach.
Sand,
Beer,
maybe.
bees, bells. Okay, sand. I mean, did you actually see the sand?
No,
No, but you knew it was there.
I knew it was them.
So,
Beans?
salt, sash.
Beach. Situation where I can connect the security and stability of my accumulated knowledge with the ebb and flow of my emotional life. What does that mean?
It says sand. Many small vexations.
Many, a lot,
Many.
hundreds
These
upon
small
millions.
vexations. That's what you're going to have. That's your omen.
Great.
I think
So-
that's all it is that you need
Need a rest.
you need a rest.
I feel like that's every dream we ever have.
Take it off. Anxiety. Need a holiday. Bish bash bosh.
Sexy.
Well, speaking of which, shall we hear the unplanned dream, which I have not vetted whatsoever? Let's try it. If
Let's have
TJ
a
is
listen.
ready, in 3, 2, 1.
I had a dream that I was on the road outside my parents' house and this horse trailer went by, but it was like a lorry that had about 4 big like pickup style trailers, and they were all just like packed with these horses that just looked so like unhappy and ill, and one of them at the end had this tiny little baby stood on it. Like one of the horses just had a skinny little foal and it was just stood on it. It was trying to like nose at their mom, and I couldn't really tell if the mom was reacting or not. I was like, oh no. And I followed this trailer down the road and I was trying to talk to the guy, be like, please take better care of your horses. And the guy was just being really dismissive, and I didn't know where the trailer was going, but like pulled away, and I ran down the sort of side of the road for ages, but couldn't get him. And then I was back at home, and I had stolen the baby horse, and I was sat with my parents, and all of a sudden this little horse came like trotting in, and I was like, oh yeah, I did that.
I did that.
And I simultaneously felt like, you know, I want to take care of this horse, but then I also felt really guilty because I was like, what if I misjudged and the horses were fine, and now I've just stolen this baby from his mom and I've no way of getting it back to it. But at some point, like, who was in the living room would change, and at some point the baby horse would turn into a baby elephant. But then I was like trying to come up with this plan of, okay, I'll get the horse into a rescue. And then he did tiny little bunny poos on the floor. And I was like, oh, that'd be good for the garden if you want these little horse poos. But I don't think my parents quite saw it in that way. But yeah, that's about all I remember. The end. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, again.
Add another dream.
Got it. Thank you, TJ. Well. Sorry, I'm just very quickly looking up poo. There's no poo. There is an entry for spooky attic, though, in this book, but there's nothing for poo. There is pooper scooper. Did you use a pooper scooper?
I don't know. I've never used a pooper scooper. These are my pooper scoopers. I always scoop it up with my
Fair enough.
second hand.
Well, I got trailer. Trailer is in here.
Oh.
Trailer. Where is it? I think it was here. Yes. Ability to use my personal drive to convey my huge resourcefulness instead of feeling that I'm just tagging along behind.
Oh my god.
So it's you taking the initiative and stealing a horse.
Horse thief.
Yeah. Being a horse thief. Speaking of horse, in here, there is horse. What colours? Do you remember the colour of the horse?
I don't remember because we've just spent a weekend looking
We've
at
seen
horses,
so many horses
so
this weekend.
All the horses have just been overridden.
Yeah.
Not overwritten. Not ridden.
Well,
in my head.
If it was a black one, it means partial success. There's only 2 colours of horse, apparently, black and white in this book.
Yeah.
Basically, it means success, but it's like the white one is more success. It's like good fortune, and the black one is like some good fortune. And to reshoe any horse, very, very good fortune.
I didn't give them any shoes.
But there are other colours of horse, but not according to this book.
Yeah.
So good fortune, but
Is Haunts in there?
No.
There's no Haunts?
Oh, maybe, actually. I think I looked for trailer in there and then I came here, so horse is probably in here. If this has spooky attic, it's got to have horse, right?
You would think so.
I think it does. It's got holy holiday camp.
Holy
Wait, did you say you looked for
horses?
holiday? Did you
Yeah.
look that before? Yeah. Hod.
A horde. Is there an animal section at the beginning, maybe?
Probably.
Just all animals imaginable? Including elephant.
Horse.
Because apparently at one time
It did
was
turn into an elephant, didn't it? Okay. Horse. Instinctive ability to harness my unconscious strength so I can use my natural power to drive forward with my ambitions.
Huh?
It sounds pretty positive. Was the trailer being pulled by horses?
No, the trailer was in.
Oh, it's just a
the
horse.
on.
It was a horse.
That was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Haunts
The trailer was
trailer.
the horse on.
Yes.
Okay.
She understands
Yeah.
me.
I get it. Yeah.
It was being pulled by something else.
It was a horse box. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
That's not in here.
But I think they were just. Oh.
What?
No Haunts?
Horse was. I read that already.
What about elephant?
Oh yeah, shit.
I think, I mean, part of it could have just been to do with the fact that we were, because this was on the 10th, and I think we would have decided we were going to go to the New Forest at this point.
Yeah.
So I might have just been thinking about horses because we specifically chose a place that would have horses.
Yeah, we did.
So I reckon I was just thinking,
When did we book it? I can find out.
because I think I do get very worried.
Ooh, Comfort Zone is live.
Oh, we should watch that. I do get very worried. You know, like that typical thing of being worried that you're going to walk down a street and you'll walk by some bins and you'll hear kittens or something.
Yeah.
Or you'll see like a pigeon and it's got a baddie wing or something like that.
We booked it on the 3rd.
Oh, so I definitely would have had full horse brain by this point. And I think maybe it was just that I was worried, what if we go to the New Forest and I see a horse
That's not in good
sad?
shape. Yeah.
Will I steal a horse?
Will I steal it?
You wouldn't steal a horse. Try me.
Would you though? I think she would. Elephant is in here.
Oh, okay.
Instinctive ability to use my accumulated wisdom and experience so that I can remember how to deal with weighty obligations.
Like horses.
Like horses, yeah. It's basically saying that you're using your good traits to do good stuff.
I don't know if I have any
Good traits.
Oh, whereas this one says elephant. This friendly beast denotes assistance from friends or outside influences. So in this one, you're the elephant. And you're there to help.
Thanks.
Friends.
Cheers. It's really cool. It's nice. Thanks.
And I'm just the little baby Hans. I mean, I don't know. Like, what would I do if I saw a sad baby horse? And then I did have that feeling of like, oh, geez, have I just stolen it from its mum?
Yeah.
Am I now the bad guy? Like, I don't know. It's a difficult path to walk as a horse thief. As a vigilante horse thief.
Yeah.
Of the dreamscape.
I think that this is pretty much booking to go to the New Forest.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything poignant or underlying. It was just, we're going to see horses. What if they're not in very good nick?
Yeah.
Then I'll be sad.
Yeah.
And honestly, they were in pretty good nick. weren't they?
I saw
I think they were all very happy and
horses.
lovely.
So overall, it was good. Would recommend going to see those horses.
Yeah.
In particular.
The New Forest was really lovely. There were a lot of lovely haunces and cows. Made friends
Yeah.
with a cow, sort of.
Yeah. Well, we wanted to.
We wanted to.
Nothing particularly wanted to make friends with us, but we wanted to make friends with
we
everything.
watched him from afar and wanted to be friends. But yeah. But that's for another time.
Yeah.
That cow. He's a good
See,
boy.
I thought that this was going to be like that other dream I had. I can't remember. It was a few weeks ago. But do you remember I had a dream where there was a guy who had a trailer full of animals outside my parents' house?
Vaguely.
And then I think I brought this one to the podcast. He then was inside the house and it turned out he was really creepy. But he'd started off being like an animal rescuer guy.
I don't know if I remember this one.
But
But
when
my memory's terrible. You probably brought it to the podcast and we talked about it.
But I don't know what it is about it being like, it felt like a very similar setting. But I think I was just a bit further away. But again, I was just taking things back to my parents' house. I don't know why it's always like, I think more recently, my dreams have been in that house rather than like when I first moved to Bristol, I lived in a flat for like 4 years, I think. I don't think I've ever had a dream set in that flat.
Really?
And I don't know if I've ever really had dreams other than the time that I had my sleep paralysis horrendous dream. I don't think I've ever had a dream set in my actual house that I live in now, and I've been
Right.
there for like 6 years.
Honestly, yeah, like I don't think I've really had dreams about my flat. The only one I can think of is the one where Melon was in the doorway with a sheet on his head covered in melons and then I screamed. That's the only one. I don't think I've ever had a dream about it.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
I mean, does it say anything about... There's probably so much information hidden away in this book. I feel laid bare without my usual book to go to just tell me everything is safely about penis, and then...
The Chewy in chat says, all my dreams are set in my high school. Yeah, like, I haven't recently, but a lot of my dreams were school dreams, and they were set in school. And even, actually, a little bit recently, there have been dreams where I'm like, I am in school, or I'm in whatever, but I'm not in the dream, but my brain is telling me I am. What have you found?
This is so unrelated to everything we've been saying. But in the back of this book, it's got mascots.
What?
So it's got like, wait, you're Aquarius, aren't you? Mm-hmm. But I think, have they shifted which one it is? Because it says February mascots, those who were born in this month come under Pisces. But you're February and you're Aquarius.
No, I'm mid-February and I'm Aquarius.
Yeah.
But they're not month by month anyway. They're, it might overlap. I can't remember. I only remember my one. Star, signs, dates. Let's Google it.
It says... The same planets rule and all black stones. For this reason, all Capricorn people derive good luck from the colours black, dark brown and red. Their lucky day of the week is Saturday. The zodiac sign is Aquarius, the water carrier.
Wait, who?
Aquarius. But this is like Capricorn.
I thought you said Capricorn. I was
like,
why is that sign Aquarius?
This doesn't make any sense. But it says... Okay.
Pisces is from February 19th. To March 20th.
Oh.
So, and before that, January 20th to Feb 18th is Aquarius. That's me.
Well, for that, for February mascots, it says those who are born in this month come under Pisces, the fish, and can ensure peace of mind by wearing the amethyst. Mars and Jupiter are their protective planets who rule the crystal, moonstone, and jasper. All shades of blue are lucky to them. What does that count as you?
Well, no, I'm not a Pisces.
But I am Pisces, but I'm March one.
I'm
just combined.
I'm March one.
I'm March
It has
one,
kind of
not
just
February.
combined us. I need to remember to talk into the mic. I keep going like, February mascots. Pisces,
what
the
our omens
fish.
are.
Where is Aquarius then?
You don't get one.
What? Aquarius has more of February than Pisces does.
Well, the fish have taken over. I'm
Bastards.
sorry.
Didn't you read something about? Oh, there.
Yeah, it just says one thing. You're just a little binode on the end.
Great. Excellent. Rubbish. And amethyst is February birthstone. Not the birthstones mean anything. It's just like a big jewelry.
Big jewelry.
Making shit up so that you buy, so that you fall for. Who would ever fall for that?
Wait, is that?
That's an amethyst.
Oh, well, in that case,
But
yeah.
maybe that's why you wore yours today, because you're stealing my star sign.
That is true. I was just curious what was like. Oh my gosh, it mentions Dagons. That's a thing in Dota.
Dagons, like the
like the Dota,
like the demon,
like the thing in Dota. Moles as omens.
like
What the
Cthulhu
little fellas?
Dagon.
Oh, maybe.
Amethyst, yes.
I'm just curious, like, what the other things in this book are about. I mean, if it says, does it mean mole as in the creature or mole as in...
What's the context?
Many people not content with seeing omens in objects and occurrences around them regard moles on the human body, again unclear which one they mean, as indication of the future, and omens of fortune or misfortune according to circumstances. Shape, size and position are all regarded as omens. Again, doesn't mention which one it means. If round, oblong or angular, could be any of them. Each shape alters the omen. The larger the mole, the greater is likely to either be good or bad. Well, that doesn't help at all then, does it? A round mole is good.
I mean, yeah, generally.
Oblong.
I saw a post on Reddit the other day, and they were like, we are living in a simulation. Look at your arm. Do you have a mole here?
Oh. No.
There we go. It's disproven. I do. I think it was a bit of confirmation bias though, because everyone that did was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I do," and everyone who didn't just left.
Yeah.
Chat, what about you? Do you have one here on your left arm? Anyone with the mole in chat? We'll find out.
It does say a mole on the nose is said to be lucky, though this seems unreasonable.
What? It's lucky, but not really. Sorry. You just gotta deal with it.
A mole on the bosom portends mediocrity of health and fortune.
See, there are people who have got them. See?
Oh.
We're in a simulation. Maybe
Am I
you're
just
maybe
like-
you're like Neo.
Oh.
You don't have the mole on your left arm.
Is that the only way they're gonna... A mole on either hip promises a large family.
I have one here.
Well, you're gonna have a large family. A mole on the left knee portends that the person is apt to be rash, but honest.
I do. I mean, yeah, say mole. I don't have like raised moles. I have like freckles. That's a freckle. I have a freckle on my knee.
What about the creature, though?
Sorry?
The creature.
I don't have any of those, no.
Well, it says you're going to be rash but honest and of good behaviour generally.
That sounds about right.
Well, there you go.
That's pretty accurate.
I just don't understand how they've read so much into having moles.
This is a whole section on moles.
Yeah, this is like
We
two,
need to find
two
more
whole
of these.
pages.
This is like that one that I read for the mini episode we did the other day. That book was wild. It just has every single date, and it has just how your entire life is going to pan out in the book. And it says that I'm going to be a laundry washerwoman. I'm going to work in a laundrette. And my marriage is going to fall apart because I'll get bored.
Oh my gosh.
Which honestly, I can see that.
Okay, this might be TMI.
Oh,
A mole on the left breast, which I do have. Success in undertakings, especially those of an amorous nature. Is it because you're showing them the mole?
Yeah. I mean, I guess. Specifically the left.
Oh my gosh. Do you have any moles on... It just says the right side of the body. The entire right side of your body.
The entire right side.
Denotes a person of slow understanding.
Okay.
Any moles on the right-hand side.
Oh, shit.
This is just... I do not understand what the... Like...
That's
what
my
is
hip
the
mole
logic?
is.
Oh, well.
Bugger. Well.
Dear, oh dear. Oh my gosh. Wow. That
Is there anything else in there?
There's the cause of dreams. Should we actually do some... Should we use this to learn about
we've
why
talked about our
people do
dreams.
dreams?
I want to know more about this book.
Okay, so... What makes us dream, Kirsty?
Cheese.
Cheese. Roughly, the cause may be divided into two classes.
Cheese. And...
Tense.
Tense.
Dreams may be caused by reflex action of the brain cells. Impressions made during the day being distorted or are imprinted so strongly on the mind that even in sleep the events are lived through again. Jumbled dreams with confused sights and sounds could be usually attributed to direct physical causes, fatigue, indigestion, or shock. These can be dismissed as not coming within the scope of message dreams or visions. So that's just...
So cheese dreams don't count.
Yeah, that's just your everyday stuff. That's
Right.
your tummy grumbling. That's, discomfort or something like that.
Yeah.
It is the dreams that seem sequential and straightforward that are to be regarded as being direct messages, and which have led people to believe that such dreams have their fixed laws and that dreaming state may be an extension of existence, governed by special conditions, though different in character from those in the waking state, and with which opinion many psychologists concur. What did any of what I just said mean?
I don't know. I haven't got a clue.
Professor Freud,
Oh no. Who let him in?
one of the most famous authorities on this subject, believed that these dreams were the fulfillment of wishes latent beneath our consciousness, and these wishes showed what the dreamers most desired to attain when he awoke. Freud divided dreams, therefore, into two classes. So we got the two types of dreams with now two classes from Freud
I'm just
as
thinking
well.
of all our recent dreams and what we could want from that.
latent dreams or personal desires which might not be granted in the dream, and manifest dreams, those in which the dreamer either witnesses or participated in the actions. So you did participate. You got those Pikachus.
I did, yeah.
You took 3 of them for yourself.
I did.
But you did let the woman have one.
I let her have the smallest one.
Which is still nice.
The rest were mine.
These are what one might call the real message dreams or visions. In these, the dreamer himself or theirself may undergo the events, foreshadowing what may be about to transpire in the future, or he may be only an observer of the drama that is unfolded before his eyes, the events being possibly a warning of experience to come, or only pictures of events that have already taken place, and some which have not yet come to pass. Such dreams have always been caused by outside and supernatural influences. So,
Alien.
yeah, there you
Crazy.
go. Oh my gosh.
God, there is a lot of words here, isn't there?
There's so many words. I mean, from what we've discovered, dreams pretty much come under either
Stress.
anxiety and stress, or just unlocking your day, like sort of the more filing, organizing dreams where you're just trying to put things into sense. She's scowling. Why is she scowling?
Me? I'm not scowling. I'm not wearing my glasses. I'm like,
oh, she's just reading.
I'm trying to read.
And then just the occasional like pure nonsense.
Yeah. Mine have been pretty nonsensical the last few days.
Yeah.
But I've finally been having them without cheese. So maybe, according to the book, that's the real shit.
Yeah, that's the
real
good
dreams.
stuff that's coming down.
Good stuff has now started floating to the surface.
It's like orange juice with the stuff in it. You've been ill, so you've managed to sit still long enough that all the dream gubbins have floated. They've collected.
Up or down?
Down.
Down.
But you're lying down, so it's...
Right. I need to give my brain a shake.
Yes. No, it's good. It means
Oh.
that all the dreams have settled in the bottom of your brain now.
Okay.
They're finally coming to the surface.
So they've gone up,
The bottom.
down. Right. Got it.
The dreams are at the back of the head. So the
back
the
now.
surface
Okay.
there.
But I'm laying down, so it's at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the top of the back.
Right.
It makes sense. It makes sense, right? Right? Go on then. Has the book given us any more?
Scientific explanations of the dreaming state. Did you read that?
No.
Oh. I mean, there's a lot of words, and I'm not wearing my glasses. I think it's just dreams, innit?
It's just dreams, isn't it?
Dreams.
Which
Dreams.
again,
And we've been having a lot of them. I think these weren't very stressful.
no, we've
Which
not
is
really had anything
nice.
to. Yeah, it's nice, but for the sake of a podcast where you talk about dreams, we've just had
to
two
be honest,
very
most of the
straightforward
time we're
ones.
just like, oh, it's stress, and that's the end of the conversation. So it's actually quite nice.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Maybe we're
Like-
actually okay.
Yeah, and like one of the things as well, again, we've had this before where we're dreaming about things from childhood. You're dreaming about your parents' house.
Yeah.
I'm dreaming about where we went on holiday when I was a kid. And there are things there that are different or like not supposed to be there, like a bunch of horses, for instance.
Yeah.
Why are they there? I need to deal with that. I'm going to steal one. And then I'm on holiday and everything's closed and there's just lots of random shops there. So I'm going to go and explore. And it's just, I don't know. I guess part of it could be stress, maybe, but I don't think so. I think it's more just your brain just sort of exploring, like...
Well, I think as well, like the things that you have in... It's sort of like childhood is what tropes are in films, where it can just be a shorthand for like how a lot of people dream about dinosaurs, because when we were young, Jurassic Park was scary and the scary monsters were the dinosaurs sort of thing. So it just becomes, you know, anxiety will take the representation of being chased by a dinosaur, whereas for a different generation that might have been like
Teeth falling out.
King Kong or like, what did you say?
Teeth falling out.
Teeth falling out. I thought
Yeah.
you said pee falling out.
Pee falling out.
Just pissing everywhere.
Piss. That's just you.
Well, I guess like for people before, I guess sort of still dinosaur-y, but like Godzilla was the representation of like, you know, nuclear war and that sort of stuff. Like, so I guess maybe the reason that it will be set in school or childhood things is just because that is your brain's shorthand for exams were stressful. Let's make you do an exam. You've not done your homework. Yeah, that sort of thing. And it's not ever had a need to develop a new. I have noticed as I'm old, as I've got older, that I've stopped having dreams about school and now I start having stress dreams about camera work. And it's like I've moved on into that new phase of. And you know, maybe one day in years to come, I'll be streaming dreams
now.
But that will be like the new section that it sort of
I think I
moves
had
on
a streaming
to.
dream the other day, actually. I don't know if I brought it to the podcast, but I'm sure I had a streaming stress dream.
Oh no.
But I don't remember what happened. Something's just clicked in my brain, and I'm sure I had another one.
Yeah.
Where it's the usual, like, oh, I'm live and I shouldn't be. Something's happening. And it's bad, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I get them. I don't get them as much as the others, but I do get them. And I get work dreams. I get, like, animal rescue dreams. Like, because that was my old work. That's, like, where the stress is. Most of the time with those, though, it's... I've gone back there. I've tried for a few days, and then I hand in my notice again. And then I'm like, oh, I need money. I'll go back.
Yeah.
And then I go back for a couple of days and I'm like, actually, nah, it's not for me. And then I leave again. And in the dream, I'm back and forth to the point where, like, they've got me on the rotor, but they're like, I don't know if she's coming in.
Can't be bloody trusted.
Yeah, and I think it's kind of that part of it is still connected to streaming because it's like, I need to do that because what if streaming doesn't work?
Yeah.
So I need to boomerang back to my old job, but I hate it, so now I'm leaving. But then I need money, so I'm going back. So it's all of them, like, balled up into a big ball of stress. And I do get those a lot.
I think I have had a similar thing recently where, like, a lot of my stress dreams have been about being on set again and working with cameras again. And I think it's like you say, you have this, like, uncertainty when you're doing streaming of, yeah, you get the odd person who they can carry it on when they're, you know, I don't know. I mean, occasionally I get to see, like, on TikTok, you'll have these, like, grannies who are playing like Fortnite and stuff, and I'm like, maybe you know, that'll be us one day.
Hell yeah.
But for the
I
most
follow
part,
a bunch of them on Twitch.
can you get us in with them?
I rated one before. I was like, hello, please be friends.
Was she really rude back to you?
No, she was lovely. She was a lovely old Scottish lady.
Aww.
I was like, hell yeah, play Fortnite with me, please.
But, like, I guess you do have that feeling of you don't know when it's gonna end. And you know, when they're gonna find out that thing that gets you cancelled. You know, you don't. You just don't know.
They'll never know.
But I think I do have that thing of, like, because sometimes I'll be like, of course I could just go back to camera stuff. But then when I actually think back to it, I'm like, I've forgotten so much that used to be everyday muscle memory to me. I recently did camera work for the High Rollers live show. And even that, like, the hardware of it, like setting cameras up, moving them around, that sort of thing, like the discipline, that stuff came back to me so easily. Yeah. But the actual, like, looking through the camera menus, I was just like, I've forgotten where everything is. It didn't help it was a camera I'd never used before. Yeah, but I was looking through it and just being like, I've forgotten, like, what my standard settings are. Stuff that would have been, like, you know, top of the old dome before, you know, you'd immediately go in, set it up, and then ask if they want adjustments. I was just there like, I've so forgotten now. Like, I remember how focus, how, like, that sort of stuff. But, and it did give me this, like, shock of like, oh geez, what if streaming blows up? What do I do now? Because you have this like,
I've forgotten everything.
yeah, I have no skills. I'm useless.
They're all gone.
Oh, but it's fine because now I have a book that says I can become a dream expert. So I've got this. That's all I have now.
Talking about this, right? I am pretty sure I had an animal rescue dream as well this weekend.
Oh,
They're all flooding back to me. I don't remember exactly what happened in it. I think it was just the regular old. I was there. I cleaned up and finished my part of it. We'd locked up, ready to go, and then we realised the cattery wasn't finished. So we were all standing there waiting to leave, and it was like, right, we need to go and help the cattery. So off we went to help the cattery pack up for the day. And that was just a normal day at work. And now I'm dreaming about it, and I'm just like, for God's sake.
But again, I guess I wonder if that is like your brain's way of being like, let's just keep it fresh, just in case.
Yeah, keep the old info in there, just in case you have to go back. I'm like, please, no. Please.
Because I guess, like, I mean, I feel like things are slightly different these days, where back in maybe our parents' generation and further back, you would have more of a, you would, train for a role and then you would stay in that role and that's what you did. Whereas nowadays, like, I've already done 3 very different things to get to where I am now. I don't know what comes next as well.
Yeah.
Whereas, like we're doing jobs that didn't even bloody exist when we were
it's
born.
Like when we went to the New Forest Wildlife Park yesterday, and there was a lady, you were going around with your camera taking lots of pictures, and there was another lady who was taking lots of pictures as well, the one with a really long lens on her camera. And while you went to see the deers, I was chatting to her, and she was like, oh, what is it that you do? And I was like, no, she was like, oh, so your friend's taking pictures and you're taking videos. And I was like, yeah. She was like, what are you going to do with them? I was like, oh, well, we have a podcast. and basically that old spiel. And she... and I was like, and obviously, like, we really like animals. Like, we've both got backgrounds in animals. And I was wearing my RSPCA coat, and she was like, oh, obviously. And I was like, yeah. And yeah, like, so she was like, so what do you do now? And I was like, oh, well, we're both content creators, and, we have this thing, and we're going to make a vlog based on, like, all this shit that we've done. Trying my best to just be like, haha, yes, this is what we're doing. And she was just like, oh, so it's just just lots of newfangled stuff that old fogies like me won't understand. I was like, and I found myself going, yeah.
You don't understand.
I just went, yeah. Yeah, and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have just agreed. So,
you know what? After you had been, because I was like photographing the deer for ages, and then I looked over and you were still chatting to her, and then she walked down and she passed me and she said like, oh, the wildcat's just woken up. Your friend's still over there, by the way. And I was so tempted to be like, I don't know her. I was just like, oh, thank you. And for some reason, the only thing I could think to say back was, I saw the polecat wake up too.
oh my God,
just like,
this woman, she probably thought we were just... I was just staring at the wildcat like, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. And then
I'm just there, just like face to face with deer, just like, hi.
my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
I kept getting jealous because the deer kept on trying to like bite children, and I wanted it to bite me.
Was it biting people?
Well, I think it was just trying to eat their clothes because they thought they might have treats in their pockets.
Yeah.
But I was just like, give me attention.
Bite my clothes.
Yeah. Not the child. I guess they thought maybe they could take the child if it came to it. But, a deer could take me on, to be honest. I'd go down real easy. I was just wondering if deer was in it, but it's not. I'm not a fighter at all.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I'm a lover. Deer could take me down. Just kick the back of my knees. I'll collapse.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just wondering if I do see a deer in my dream, if it means anything in particular. Other
It
than...
probably means purity and virginity. That's usually it, isn't it?
Oh, it says, what the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck? Instinctive ability to be proud of the wilder aspects of my nature, instead of thinking that other people are gunning for me. Is this right? Ian Wallace, are you okay?
I think we could make one of these, you know.
I think we should. 100%. I think we have so much dream knowledge now.
I don't think we even need dream knowledge because half of this is a load of bollocks. It's just they just make shit up and put it in a book.
I mean, the good thing about this omens one is at least it's probably outdates AI, because I feel like so many of them are just written by ChatGPT. So I feel like this one might be too old for that, unless there was...
I think it is. That looks like an old one.
What would have been the old version of AI? Just monkeys at typewriters.
Yeah.
Maybe some of them were written with those just jumbled up words. But dear oh dear.
I really want to find a date on this smaller one, because this book it's quite interesting. It's got some good stuff in it, like as well as the dream interpretation. But I think the only clue is the price that's in here, 3 and 6.
I would guess, like, I mean, it looks to me at like 70s.
Yeah. So it's definitely pre-AI, which is nice.
Yeah, it's usually got like a date written like in the front.
In the front,
hasn't it?
there's nothing.
They didn't. They really wanted to distance themselves from this book, didn't they?
They did. They did.
But maybe if you look up like Fowsham's Pocket Library, maybe it has the dates of all of their...
Yeah, they've got a lot of other
releases.
books. They've got billiard table games, card fortune telling, chess and drafts, how to play scientifically.
Oh, I just noticed another one. Is that the same list on the cover? Is there a book about toast?
There is, yeah. Hang on. Toast
and beans?
Toasts and speeches.
Oh, I don't want that. I just want toast.
How to play and win at snooker.
Oh my gosh.
Etiquette for everyone. Party games for children. The business letter writer. 50 best party games. It's just party
How many
games.
party games? I can't even think of 50. Like, I can't even think of 10 party games, let alone 50. Also, I did used to love where this is just me thinking of happy family memories now, but did you ever play the game where you get like everyone sits in a circle and you get a piece of string and you put someone like takes their ring off and puts it on the string and ties it up?
No.
And then
But keep going. I want to know.
So basically this is like a really old family game that we would play. One person stands in the middle and you all sing a song, and you like move your hands, like, so you're all holding the string and you move your hands along with the song. If I do it, it's gonna look like a rude motion if I'm doing this, because you have fists and you're going side to side and bumping your fists with the other people. So you're like singing a sea shanty or something, and you're just sort of going like, and then the music stops. Yeah. And the person in the middle has to walk around and tap the hand of the person that they think is holding the ring, because you're all passing it round.
Oh, you pass it as...
Yeah.
Right.
So when the person's turning around to look the other way, the people on the other side will just be quickly like... And then you have to continue being like, hey, daddy. And it's really good fun.
That's cute.
But like, so that would be in my 50 best party games.
Did you ever play the one where you have a bar of chocolate?
The chocolate game!
The chocolate
yes!
game!
Oh my gosh, I love the chocolate game! I really want to do it.
All right, for people who don't know the chocolate game.
Chocolate game.
You have a bar of chocolate in the middle of the table.
Yes.
And then you have like gloves, scarf, hat.
Yes.
Etc.
Knife and fork.
Socks.
Plate.
Knife and fork. I mean, the chocolate's on a plate.
Yeah.
Already.
Not on the socks.
Not on the socks. And then, how does it do? You roll dice.
Yeah, you sit round in a circle.
You sit in a circle.
And you roll a dice.
You roll a d6.
And if you get
a
to a 6, then you get to run into the middle and you have to put on hat,
everything.
Scarf, gloves, socks, whatever it may be.
Like
and you get the knife and fork.
The chocolate.
Meanwhile, though, the dice continues its
rolling.
journey,
Yeah,
and if someone
so
else gets a
stress.
6, they run in and they punch the gloves off your
they knock you
hands.
out, and then they steal all your clothes, and
So
then they start eating.
It was like this ingenious way for a bar of chocolate to last for an entire party, because the kids would just like, by the time if you got one square of chocolate, oh my gosh, it was the sweetest
or
victory
you put
in
on
the
a hat,
world.
and then someone else would roll a 6. And then
Or you'd literally, the worst is if you just like almost completely cut through, and then someone
gets a
else,
6.
and then they just get to swan in,
Yep.
put it on, just, and you're like, that was my chocolate.
My piece. Yeah. That one was a banger.
I think the best invention though is probably sleeping lions.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just parents, how do we get them to lie down and shut up?
Just tell them sleeping lions, everyone.
Everyone, shutting up is a competition now. So shut up.
If you talk, you lose.
Let's just lie still. They're just there like, oh, thank goodness. Well done, kids. You're doing so good. You're the best.
Oh my god. Oh, well, what other party games were there? Obviously, there was like musical chairs and stuff. But with musical chairs, I feel like when you got down to the last chair, there's like liable to someone to get knocked out.
It gets quite violent. Musical
you just,
chairs.
like, really go for it.
Yeah.
You got to be the last one on that chair, and then Duck Duck Goose, which is similar.
Did you ever? I was thinking about this the other day. Did you ever do the thing in like nursery?
Pass the parcel.
Pass the parcel was a good one.
What a game!
Or heads down, thumbs up.
Heads
That
down,
was a good
thumbs up
one.
was a banger. We played that at school. There was another one we played at school, but I can't remember what it's called.
Did you ever do the one where you would have to do it was like the farmer wants a wife?
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, it was terrifying. Okay, maybe I'm going to bring back some like childhood trauma for people, because you would stand in a circle, one person was chosen to be the farmer, and you would all sing like, the farmer wants a wife, and then the farmer would choose who their wife would be, and then the wife would go in and would be like, the wife wants a child. It was like cultish chanting that you would as a child, and then the wife would choose who her child was, and the worst one that you could be chosen for is if that child chose you to be their dog. And then you'd go into the middle, and everyone would be like, we all pat the dog. And you would just be there, and everyone would be like banging the heck out of you. Just like having like 10 children slapping the top of your head going, we all pet the dog. And you'd be like,
I feel like,
it's coming back to you now.
This is coming back to me. Oh my god.
I hated it so much. If you got chosen as like the farmer, the wife, the child, you'd be like, yes. But if you were still in that circle when the child was choosing their dog, you'd be like, no.
I'm gonna be the dog. Oh jeez. Yeah, we had heads down, thumbs up as well. Forgot because of concussion. Thanks, TJ.
Oh,
Maybe.
jeez.
Got pet too fucking hard. Oh god, heads down, thumbs up. There was another game like that where you covered your eyes, but I can't remember what it was. But with heads down, thumbs up, I remember it would always be the kid with the most like clammy hands that would come and pinch your thumb, and you're like, ugh.
I've sort of forgot how it would actually work. Is it just that you had to tell
You put your
them
head down
and your thumbs up?
and your thumbs up, and there were like 3 or 4 kids at the front, and you had to guess which one pinched your thumb.
Oh,
I think.
I'd bite it.
Here's someone's licking my thumb.
They're never gonna guess who. It's always the quiet ones.
I think that's how it worked. You always tell by the shoes. Yeah, God. I can't remember what the other one was. There was definitely another game that was really similar to heads down, thumbs up, but I don't remember. But I didn't like it because I didn't want anyone to come and touch my hands.
Oh, you're just there. Head down, thumbs down.
Yeah,
Go
I
away.
just have memories of. I think I remember this kid. I think he was called Alex. Not your Alex. There was a different Alex, and I just have a memory of one particular time when we played this game, and he squeezed my thumb, and he had really cold, clammy hands, and I was just like, ugh. Like, don't touch my hand. I don't want to be touched.
Yeah.
But yeah, God. What other games were there? I mean, we've sort of moved on to classroom games now.
That's true.
This is
I mean,
what
I don't
happens.
really
For anyone
know,
who's not seen this podcast before or listened to it, we talk about dreams
it's
for about
100%
20
about
minutes.
dreams.
And then we chat about anything else.
I don't really know. I mean, do people have like nowadays, if you think party games, you're talking like Jackbox and I don't know. Do people still
like proper games?
Do people
Back
go
in my
out? Do
day-
people socialize with each other and actually?
No,
I've never seen it happen. It can't happen.
I don't. I saw one when we were shopping the other day. I saw one of those signs that's like, "No internet. Put your phone away and pretend it's 1995." I'm like, fuck off.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
I want to use my phone. What if I need to Google something I'm talking about? There's no phone. It's 1995. I don't know anything because I can't Google it.
The days of being on family holidays and just sitting around going, who was that fella in the film? He was in the he had the face.
Don't know.
With the the wife who did the song, the song with the wife, and you just and it was just 2 weeks of that.
That's the conversation. It's just no idea, and I can't. If only there was some way I could look this up.
I could put anyone out of their misery.
Yeah.
No.
God, I remember going on holiday when, like, in the early 2000s, and it would be like, no phone. No phone now. Like, if we're going like to Spain, no phone. Do not turn the phone on. If you turn it on, we'll have to remortgage the house.
And you get the warning message as soon as you cross the sea. It would be like,
welcome to Spain.
You're leaving.
Don't turn your phone on.
Yeah. I mean, it would just be like that when, like, you'd go on holiday and you'd say, like, goodbye to everyone you knew because you're like, I don't know when I'll be
you'd get
getting
there,
back. And
you'd
then...
send a postcard and it would arrive 2 weeks after you got home.
Yeah.
There it is.
Good old days. Which reminds me, like, we used to play, like, to amuse ourselves, we played card games on holiday.
Yeah.
And did you ever play sevens?
Explain.
So,
Maybe.
you deal out an entire deck of cards between however many there are of you,
Yeah.
and you put down, I want to say it starts with the 7 of hearts. Whoever has the 7 of hearts goes first, but it might be a different one. From then on, you take it in turns going round to put down either a 7, and then you have to put down like the 8 or the 6, and all the cards have to go down in their sets in order. So if you have lots of like kings and aces in your hand, you're screwed basically. And it's the first person to put down all their cards. So you try and like block each other.
Right.
So if you have loads of one set, you'll just keep on putting those down, and you'll still have like the 7 of clubs, and you're just like, screw you, everyone, I'm not putting it down. And if you can't go, you knock.
Right.
And there would be so many times that my mum is not a game player whatsoever. She just cannot be, but she would be there to fill out the numbers, but she didn't care whatsoever. So there'd be times when my mum would just be happy, south of France, drinking wine. She's just there, and then we're all like intent. Like, my dad and my sister are so competitive. My mum would just be there, like looking at her cards, knocking, knock again, and then it would get to the point where all of us would knock in a row, and we'd be like, "Mum, you must be able to go," and then she'd be like, "Oh yeah, there's 7 there. You go and get it." We're just there like, mother. Like, how many times have you knocked in a row now? Because she was just like, can't be bothered way.
Oh my god.
Another glass of red, s'il vous plaît. It's just like, okay.
God, we used to play a lot of cards too. We would play. Oh God, I don't even know. The problem is, like, I go on holiday with my mum now, and she whips out the deck of cards, and she's like, "Do you want to play so and so?" And I'm like, "What is that?" And she's like, "We play it every time we go on holiday." I'm like, "Yeah, right,
Like rummy.
Sure." Yeah, I think
anything
probably rummy, and like the one where you have to make 21. Which one's that? Is it not literally 21? It's not.
Not blackjack.
Well, yeah, I guess blackjack, but there's like a simpler version of blackjack, and I think that's what we played. And I don't remember the name of it.
There's a game Alex taught me, or no, someone else taught me, and they gave it like a really stupid name.
Pontoon, both of them. Thank you, chat.
There's one someone taught me this game, and I can't remember what they were like. I don't remember the proper name for it, but they taught it, and it was called just like "Shut Up, Bitch" or something. I'd be like, does it have a different name? Because when other
play "Shut Up, Bitch,"
yeah, and I'm just like, oh, okay. We used to play Uno a lot. And that would get so, because you'd be
That
sat
gets
like,
intense.
you'd be sat on this campsite with poor lighting and you'd think, I've finally done it. And you'd be like, Uno. And as your card came into the light, you'd realize it was actually not blue, but green. Because you'd finally see it and you'd be like, oh no.
Oh,
shit.
no. We played a lot of Cheat. Did you ever play Cheat?
I used to play a lot of Cheat with my Neopets, but I didn't want to lie to the Neopets, so I never actually cheated in a game of Cheat because I felt bad for them.
I used to play Cheat. I played it on holiday with my family a little bit, but me and my friends, the losers at school, we would go and sit in the science lab at lunchtime and eat our lunch, and we'd play Cheat all lunchtime. And I would cheat. I didn't feel bad. But what I would do, like, because you have to say what you're putting down, don't you? You have to be like, 2 3s, 1 8, blah, blah, blah.
People can
I'd
call
be
you
like,
out for it.
3 5s, and I'd put like half the deck down. And the aim of the game is to get rid of the cards in your hand. And I'd be like,
21 8s.
don't look at how thick that is. What's that over there?
Reminds me of there was a time I was playing this was back when I lived in my flat and my parents came to visit and we were playing Sheriff of Nottingham. The point of the game is to like smuggle things through, like
It's
smuggle
basically
contraband.
cheat, isn't it? Yeah.
And you'd be like, oh, I've got 5 bread in my bag. And you'd be like, and the sheriff chooses whether they're going to check. And I never checked my mum because I was like, Mom's
wouldn't.
not going to. And then it got to the end, she won because she'd just been smuggling shit the entire time. She'd just been like, I don't think she'd actually put it through anything legit. She'd just been like, oh yeah, 3 bread, whatever. Just like, mother wouldn't lie.
It's like, I was around a mate's once, and her nan came round and like we all had dinner and we were playing games in the living room. So it was like her mum, her dad, her aunt, her nan, her brother, maybe her 2 brothers and her and me. And we played Scroll, you know, the one with the big potato game with the whiteboards and you get the drawings and her nan was drawing the most smuttiest. It would get round, like we're checking them and it's like, oh, here's Nan's one. Oh, it's a dick and balls. Oh, wonderful. And her auntie's like, what? It's always the ones you don't expect.
Oh my gosh. Not seen one of those since 63.
But it was her aunt that was like, oh my God. Oh, I can't believe you just drew that. And then I was like...
It's like when I think I might have told you about this before, but when I used to go and visit my nan when I first had a boyfriend, and I would go around and she was like, you know, the most Christian, my nan. She was like a church goer, very lovely, typical like blue rinse perm, you know, your typical nan.
Yeah.
And I'd go around and she'd say, have you still got your boyfriend? And I'd be like, yeah, nan, yeah. She went, oh, lovely. And then we broke up. And I was dreading my nan. I was just like, oh, she's going to ask at some point. So we're sat there and she's having her little pink and white biscuits that she always had. And then she turns to me and she was like, you still got your boyfriend then? And I was like, no, Nan, sorry, we broke up. And she just turns to me and she was like, good for you, girl. Play the field. You don't know what you like until you try it. And I was like, Nan. Legend. I was like, oh my gosh. Okay, Nan.
Oh my God. Up until the point when my granddad passed away, bless him, I don't think I ever had a boyfriend. So, but he would always do the same sort of thing. But he would always say, how's your courting?
Oh.
That's what I did. I'd be like, yep. Non-existent, granddad. Going well.
It's like one step away from asking, have you set your cap at anyone?
Oh my God, yeah.
You got a bow. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Dear,
my
oh
God.
dear.
Amazing.
But yeah, I just thought that my nan was always going to be like, I don't know. Back in her day, it was sort of like you met as a childhood sweetheart and you got married and that was it. But
yeah.
But no, if you wanted to live vicariously, I guess.
Honestly, I think there are a bunch of dirty buggers and they just...
What, the elderly?
The elderly.
Kirsty's hot take here today.
I was it might have been on Reddit I was looking and somebody posted. They were like, "Oh, I went through like some of like someone like my nan or whatever's old records, and I found this one, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was like really like old school sort of early like hip hoppy sort of style, but like jazzy as well, and it was literally like it was a female singer, and she was like, "I've got 2 boyfriends, one of them's got a dick the size of a baseball bat," and it's like. And this is from like, the 19 whatevers. It was so old, and everyone's like,
Oh my god.
That's what I mean. They pretend like they did, but they did.
Well, it's like there was this song my nan used to like that was, I think it was Water by Gracie Fields. I think that was it. I might have, Grace Fields might be a different singer, but it's basically this song that's like, Water, Water, won't you take me down the altar and make an honest woman out of me? And the last line of the song is like, if you do it, I'll show you where I've got my tattoo or something. It's just like, oh my god. So it's nothing ever explicit, but it's sort of like, like the Carry On style, where you got your tattoo. Or like, isn't there one that's like, when I'm cleaning windows or something?
Yeah.
Isn't that meant to be a really
Probably
dodgy one?
I just remember that being on. Do you remember the iToy for the PlayStation 2?
Yes.
That had obviously the iToy Play game, and there was a window cleaning one, and it had that song in the background. So you'd be bloody cleaning windows, and it would just play that constantly, constantly. So it was just, my poor parents in the other room, and it was just like, when I'm cleaning windows, it's me like waving at the iToy like that.
Oh my gosh, how are we doing on time?
I think we got 5 minutes. I think we're doing pretty well.
It do with the wrap-up time. Well,
We've ended
considering
up-
we've
yeah.
had 2 short dreams, and usually, you know, if people are new to this podcast, if you hear normal episodes, it's just wall to wall. We don't really talk about anything else. It's just dreams. So it's quite odd for us to have gone off on a tangent today.
we never do that.
We're in it for the deep dream analysis, very scientific.
Love that.
Very,
Love that shit. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this has been an introduction to not only Comfort Zone, but also Pickaxe Week,
Yes.
2024.
True. Oh my god,
Is
we're
that
the
still
first ones, aren't we?
We are. We're
Wow.
launching it. On
Wow.
After Us is it Review of Death? On After Us?
Potentially. Oh, yes.
Oh,
I think that was a yes.
the voice of TJ said yes. But there's lots of other lovely podcasts from the Pickaxe Network coming up this week, so make sure you check.
Including another one from us.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a little crossover episode with 0 Degrees. So make sure, which is after the 0 Degrees episode, so you get a little, they're just a warm-up act for us, really, for
Pretty
that day.
much, yeah. Much like we're the warm-up act for the rest of the week.
Yeah,
But-
yeah.
Wait, that's not good for us, though.
Oh.
really.
Oh.
Mm.
The
Well.
Pickaxe Fluffers, here we are.
Getting the crap out of the way.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Kirsty.
Thank you, Briany.
And thank you, everyone at home, for listening. Whether you're listening and watching or just listening, thank you. And hope to see you again soon. Until next time, bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.